What's going on, Scorpio? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for you guys. I just want to say really fast, thank you so much for all your support and love. I can't tell you how much I love all your guys' comments and how much I love that these readings give you some sort of solace, some sort of advice. I'm glad that they can help you in some way. So I'm very grateful. Also, I want to thank you to all my clients out there. I love you guys so much. You don't know how much it means to me to have you guys choose me as your source of intuitive wisdom. So thank you so much. And with all that said, guys, let's go ahead and get up into this. Okay. So your underlying energy is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is all about starting fresh with a bit of a certain kick to it this time. There's a goal at the end of this road here, okay? And this is the starting line to beginning beginning to build a place that is secure, supportive, and stable, okay? So there's a lot of manifesting behind this, okay? So you guys are truly giving birth to this idea, giving birth to this opportunity right here. I think you guys are trying to surround yourself with abundance of happiness, love, and finances. Okay, so there's a lot of good things going on here. For some of you guys, you're trying to build a family. That's what I'm getting. But we'll get onto that in just a second. Now, in the heart of your reading, though, it's kind of looking a little iffy. You have the Hanged Man. So this here is talking about waiting on a certain perspective, on some sort of, I think you're waiting on something, or maybe you're waiting on some sort of news or some sort of information. You're looking for something in particular. Now, this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, okay? So anybody that's watching this with a Sun and Moon and Rising, they can watch this video. I just keep forgetting to say that in the beginning of the videos, but I'm gonna be better with it. But for you guys, this is talking about a situation where you guys are waiting on somebody, or waiting on something, waiting on a certain perspective to kick in, or seeing things from a different perspective. So you're stuck at limbo. And what's crossing that, though, is Temperance. So it's like, it's not honestly not your fault that you're kind of stuck in this position. It's almost just like, you can't really do much about it. It's just, I mean, in due time, as long as in due time, the perspective will come to you. But there's a lot of waiting involved right now. There's a lot of waiting. There's a lot of, managing. I think right now you feel stuck, but there isn't a lot of moderating on your part. There's a lot of imbalance in your area. So maybe that's what's going on. Perhaps that you're having to wait to see what exactly is in balance before you can take an action on it. But once you get that going, once you understand what's missing or figure out what imbalance is in your life right now, things will be shaping up. But until then, there needs to be a little bit of focus on what's wrong, what's going on with the picture in front of you, okay? Now, in the past, you have the Eight of Wands, so there's a lot of things moving fast. Messages back and forth. There was some energy that was definitely picking up here. Now, the Hanged Man is the heart of your reading, so that means things are stagnant right now. Things are not really moving very fast, and it's because, again, there's imbalance. But things were a lot clearer in the past. There was things that, things were able to be seen a lot so in the past, okay? But presently, though, there's a lot of focusing on the practical. I think there is a lot of juggling of trying to get things balanced right now. Okay? But there's a lot of emotional stuff going on behind you. There's a lot of emotional stuff going on that you're not really wanting to address right now. And I think that's one of those things that's urging you to focus on. Like, okay, so like, yeah, you may be like focused on the practical stuff. That's great. But what about your emotions, Scorpio? Like, are you dealing with those? Are you addressing those emotions? Because that's also a part of the juggling act. How you're going to wrestle with the waves of your emotions at the same time keeping track of all the practical, materialistic stuff. And if this is the future, if left unchanged, Page of Wands, y'all. Page of Wands. So your situation is really looking like things are going to, I don't know. I feel like it's a spark of excitement, though. I feel like even though you're juggling things now and you're like pretty much trying to keep the balance, I think things are going to be definitely looking up. I think you're going to have an opportunity to have something exciting or start something exciting, okay? And I really feel like you know, somebody could be, you could be making a gesture to someone because after you kind of sorted your stuff out, or you know, someone else sorted their stuff out. Because I mean, I think that's honestly you guys making a step forward, because you have the Page of Swords here, making the effort, like communicating, speaking your truth. Now this is very a blunt truth, so you might, you know, this is talking about being very, very honest. Whew, being very honest is kind of scary sometimes, you know, because obviously, like, you know, saying your piece is not, you know, sometimes it may come off a lot wrong, but sometimes that's just the only way to say it. So communicating, talking, and speaking your truth, speaking how you feel, that's what's going to help you out throughout this time. Let me go ahead and clarify this Two of Pentacles. Why is the Two of Pentacles in the present? The Five of Swords. Okay, so you're kind of keeping the balance right now, or not really paying attention. You're not really looking at your emotional part, because maybe you've experienced an empty victory in the past. Maybe you guys had a back and forth, so you guys keep having petty arguments with some of you guys in relationships. And you're like, I don't really want to deal with this mess. I'll just deal with my work. I'll just focus on the work. I don't really need to see this. And I think that's what's going on. Like, some of you guys could be like, you know, dealing with people that just want to fight with you for nothing. Or you're just super focused on getting what you want. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting like a lot of energy, like, yeah. You guys feel stuck in your head as well. So things have moved very fast in the past, no doubt, okay? Things are moving very fast. But now you're kind of, you know, trying to keep things balanced, because one, you're not only just like feeling like your thoughts are just trying to kill you. Like, that's what it looks like. You're just trapped and you can't move, you can't do anything. It's because your thoughts are going haywire about a particular argument, like a particular back and forth, something that was done that, you know, that you wish it hadn't happened that way. Okay, it's a victory, no doubt, but it was a victory that was obtained in a way that you really wish had a better outcome. Okay. So in the future, though, what else can you tell us about the Page of Wands in the future? For those of you that are single, this could just be playing arguments or playing banter, or focusing on your work, really diligently working on it, because you don't really feel like as if there's an option for you emotionally. There's not a lot of emotional options, or you can't really get out there in your head, like in regards to your emotions. That's what's kind of getting me. I think that's what's going on. Now, with the Page of, what else can you tell us about the Page of Wands in the future? The King of Wands. So this is about making a gesture towards a King of Wands, or a King of Wands making a gesture towards you. Now, this is somebody that's determined to get whatever they want. This is also someone that's very passionate and that sees the spotlight, or they are like the center of attention. Okay, and it's not a bad thing, and they don't ask for it. They just give out energy and they get it back. Give out energy and they give it back. That's just how they are. So these people are also very adventurous, very exciting, very passionate. These people are also rather exciting and very active people, okay? And I feel like, you know, I don't know if this is necessarily a complete gesture, but there's some message or some news coming about from this King of Wands. This could be, for you guys could be feeling in your passionate state, though. Because you guys are kings in regards to being a fixed sign, Scorpio. You know, this could be you feeling more fired up, feeling more inspired, feeling more passionate about what you're doing, and really kind of using your emotions to really push forward your agenda, push forward your, you know, whatever love venture that you're going towards. Now, if this is love, so this could be you guys really feeling that energy of like wanting to be passionate with somebody, and you're really making that effort towards that. Making that gesture, making that step towards someone, and, you know, making it known, single or in relationships. Okay, or then if this is not you, this is somebody. This is like a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Okay, guys, but since it's the Kings, I really think it's you. It's finding your passion right now, and I don't know if you guys know where it is, because right now you guys are really focusing on work and focusing on practical things instead of looking at your emotions. And your emotion, think about it. Passion and, and sadness. Well, not sadness, but passion and zealous That's like pretty much in the same thing. They're both emotions in a way. One has more energy behind it and one is just a feeling. So like each, like, you know, it's just about how you utilize your energy. How do you utilize your emotions? And I think that's what's going on. I don't know if you guys are able to utilize your emotions because there's a lot of imbalance with you and inside. Mentally too. What's holding you back right now? And whatever you figure out that's holding you back, and also you have to realize that when the Eight of Swords comes up, it's just thoughts. They're not something that's serious. I mean, it's just what you're thinking. And whatever it is that you're thinking is not real, if that makes sense. They're just fear speaking loudly in your head, if that makes sense. Okay, whatever is holding you back, it's time to rationalize that. Not rationalize, but like, you know, argue with that part. Like, figure out exactly what makes it so real to you to keep you from making that step forward. Okay? Because if it's arguing and if it's like, you know, going back and forth in conflict, then is that really a good excuse to kind of keep things to yourself? Because conflict is it is before peace, you know, that the way to change is conflict. Change doesn't happen with peace. Change doesn't typically happen peacefully. You can try, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen that way. And it's okay, because the point of it is to change, to get to a better place. And if you have to speak your truth, you have to speak it. That's why the Page of Swords is there. Just say it. Because it's fine. If they don't respect you and they don't get it, then they don't get it. Then that just gives you an opportunity to do something else. But you're gonna, feel like that drive to kind of push your agenda, push whatever you feel is right for you. It's coming, and that's why you have the King of Wands here. It's gonna be you're gonna feel a lot more driven to, you know, go after what it is that you want. What else can you tell us about the Page of Swords for Scorpio? Two of Swords. Making that difficult decision to talk to somebody, and it's okay, because you know what, the Page of Swords is not an easy energy to, you know, the Page of Swords is an easy energy, but the consequences, it's scary. Let's be honest. When you think about it ahead of time, it can be very scary. It can be, because I mean, you're having to, you know, interact with this Five of Swords conflict. You know, it's pretty damn brutal. You know what I'm saying? And you're just trying to like keep the balance right now. Keep the balance. Don't worry about it. Just keep the balance. No. Suppressing your emotions is not going to help you at all. It's honestly just going to make it worse. Okay? If you need to say something to somebody, say it. It's fine. If they can't handle it, they can't handle it. The whole point of it is not to get personal. As you see, the Page of Swords and the Two of Swords, it's not meant to be personal. Swords are not personal. It's just truth, fact. It's logic. So when this card comes up and if somebody acts, you know, really, you know, touchy about it, then they got to be like, okay, wait, what I'm saying to you is not supposed to hurt your feelings. It's not even supposed to be about you. So the fact that you're taking it that way is not going to help nothing. You know what I'm saying? So the whole point of it is just like, you know, do you. You know what I'm saying, Scorpio? Do you. The reason why you have in limbo is because you have a certain perspective. You can move. But the thing is, you're not moving right now because there's something imbalance going on. So whatever that imbalance is, you know what it is. It's time to communicate that. Time to communicate that with your partner. Time to communicate that with the people that you know. And it's time to be honest with yourself. Because ultimately, if you're honest with yourself about what's imbalanced, telling that someone else it's gonna be nothing. But you have to get out of that mindset of maybe wanting to hurt someone's feelings or trying to keep the balance because you're afraid of conflict. If you're afraid of conflict, it's going to keep you back and it's going to make the situation worse. Okay? So, with all that said, though, you have this here. Stay optimistic about your love life, and this says positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, and it's true. I don't encourage positive thinking, but what I do encourage is that looking at things at both sides, okay, and figuring out whether or not a situation is validated based off of a certain, you know, outcome. You know what I'm saying? So if something would benefit from having an argument, then I think it's better to have the argument rather than not. And it's okay. And if something's not beneficial to have an argument, then I guess it's not beneficial to have an argument. But then what do you have to lose? What is wrong with communicating something that bothers you or makes you feel unbalanced. You know what I'm saying? And here it says you are limitless, okay, so which is very true. And it says recognize this truth and you can do anything you choose. That's why the Eight of Swords is coming up. This is basically telling you what the Eight of Swords is saying. You may think that a lot of this stuff is real and a lot of this stuff is clouding your judgment, and a lot of the stuff that you're thinking may be true. Like you may, whatever you're thinking may be true. I'm not saying that it isn't true, but is it good enough for you to be quiet, to stay quiet? Because if it is, then what's going on? Why do you feel like you should be in a relationship like this? And if you feel comfortable in relationships like this, then this is, awesome. Don't listen to me. But if you're not comfortable and if you're not feeling that great, and it's because you know that there's a truth that you need to express to your partner, the person that you're dating, it's time to say something. Because you've been through way too much in 2017 to just not say anything at all now. Okay? And there's a lot of fears going on, okay? I mean, I get it. Lilith is in your 3rd house. Yeah, it's in your 3rd house. Communicating. You have a lot of fear in regards to like saying something and whatever, right? It's like, it's scary, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay, okay? It's fine, because the point of it is to overcome these fears and just be powerful, be strong about it. It's time to be strong and say what you need to say, okay? Don't worry about it. All those things are just fear. It's just fear. And I think you know that too, Scorpio. So if you can overcome that and believe that your relationship is stronger than how you're thinking it is, you communicating with what's going on with you is not going to be a problem. Everything's going to be just fine. Okay, Scorpio, I hope this reading helped you guys. I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys a card, okay, for the month. Now, if you guys get a certain number, that's your lucky number for the month. And if you guys get a quartz card, this is the kind of attitude that you want to carry out throughout the month. All right, so one came out already. The 5 of Hearts. Okay, this is also the 5 of Cups. So your lucky number is 5, guys. Okay, color is red. But the thing here is to remember is that this is the 5 of Cups. This is kind of like saying that things are missing or the loss of something, right? You're mourning the loss, but you also have 2 cups sitting right there behind you. There's still something left behind. Whatever needs to be discussed can be communicated. You may lose a little bit of something in the process, but the relationship still remains. Nothing that you say or nothing that you do will cause the relationship to crumble. And if it does crumble, then there's something underneath that never really had a true solid foundation, and that's why the Ace of Pentacles is in your underlying energy. It's time to build something that lasts you a long time. Okay, that's what you guys want. You guys want to build something that will sustain itself. No matter what happens, no matter what needs to be discussed, it will still remain intact. And that's what's up. Something might be lost in the process of you saying something, and that's fine. But that is not going to that's not going to make your relationship any less, like, I guess, it's not going to break you guys up. If it does, like I said, the relationship at that point is not for you, is it? You know what I mean? It was not meant to be. Maybe it was something to show you that you do have the strength and the power to get exactly what you want, and that new beginning is still going to be there. You just have to start with somebody that's really actually going to make something out of something. But you have to believe that whatever you say, whatever you need to communicate with your partner is necessary. The relationship is going to remain intact. All right, Scorpio. So I hope this reading helped you guys. I hope this reading, again, gave you some advice that you can carry with you to the end of this month, or help you through your situation. And thank you again for tuning in. Love you guys so much, and good luck. Bye, guys.